Hello, this is Cynthia Sue Larson with RealityShifters.com, and today I'd like to talk with you about many possible realities and the Mandela effect. And the idea that the Mandela effect puts forth, that a lot of people are starting to notice, is that alternate histories appear to exist. And another way to look at that is to consider that we might be living in what physicists call a superposition of states, which is something that had been considered possible in the quote-unquote quantum realm, but had not seriously, popularly been considered for myself and you and everyone and everything around us on a large scale. That is, until some of the placebo studies that have been coming forth recently have started to show that we can benefit from placebo sleep, placebo exercise, and much, much more. Actually, I describe quite a few of these placebo studies in my book, Quantum Jumps, too many to go into fully, but they're really fun in the sense that you can quickly become more intelligent just by pointing at your head, for example. You can empathize with people around you by putting your hand over your heart. Things that seem like they're not going to do much at all have been proven phenomenally effective. And I think this is a large part of the reason that we're noticing actually a doubling of the placebo effect in the United States of America just in the last 30 years. So we're now seeing placebo effects where people are told and given instructions that they're going to feel well rested, and then they do, or pain will go away, and then it does, to staggering percentages, something like 70% often, and that would be in the best case. But when you get 70% effectiveness with any kind of treatment, that is considered very strong positive results. So these are the sorts of things that I think are worth considering when we look at the Mandela effect, and we notice, for example, that there are alternate histories, that Nelson Mandela is remembered by some people to have died while he was in jail back in the 80s, and then by others that he passed away December 5th of 2015. And some people remember both. I remember both. That's really weird. When you remember someone dying more than once, you pay attention to that. And these are the kind of things I've been talking about for many years, since the 1990s, when I describe in my book Reality Shifts how one celebrity that I noticed had died and then was alive again. And this would be the actor Larry Hagman from I Dream of Jeannie and the TV show Dallas and so forth. So I've conducted surveys through my Reality Shifters website over the last 20 years documenting these sorts of things. And what we're seeing now, as I see it, is a huge upsurge in the awareness of people thanks to the Mandela effect, that lots of these possible other realities are coexisting side by side with our own. And what gets fun is when we start recognizing that we can benefit by, for example, getting exercise when we're cleaning the house, as some housekeepers in the hotels noticed that they could do. Researchers have done studies on this, and also researchers have found that you can tell yourself you got a good night's sleep and then perform just as well on cognitive tests as if you had had a good night's sleep. So these are the kind of things I'd like you to think about with alternate histories, many possible realities, and the Mandela effect. Until next time, this is Cynthia Sue Larson with RealityShifters.com, asking you to keep in mind that wonderful question, how good can it get? Thanks so much.